Yanuka Rav. A person, in order to be redeemed from this galut, you gotta have a leader who will help you fix your da'at, your knowledge, your awareness. A person who does not have da'at, who does not have awareness, consciousness, higher consciousness, where he realizes Hashem is behind everything happens for a reason, maybe this is a kapara for me, don't fight this guy is just a messenger to give you kapara. If you don't know these things, and don't tap into this constantly, then you're going to be automatically akhzariyut, you're going to be cruel, you're going to be mean, you're going to take this personal, you're going to fight this guy, you're going to think I have to get rid of this guy, he's my enemy, I have to show him who's boss, I have to put my kavod, I have to show people who I am, and not realize that everything is going to come to me, right? The ultimate understanding is to understand that there's olam haba. What the Rizal says, what's olam haba? Olam haba. It's coming. The world that is coming to you, it's coming closer and closer to you, the more and more you have awareness. But a person who doesn't have awareness, so then he's going to be akhzari, he's going to be cruel. And then someone who's cruel, that's how you could delay the Geulah completely. Why? Because we were saying the whole idea is we need Hashem's mercy. And if we're merciful one to another, because we have emunah, so then Hashem's going to have mercy on us. But what happens if you're not merciful, you're cruel? So the Gemara Masechet Brachot, Daf Lamed Gimel. Amar Rabbi Elazar. And also Rabbi Ami and Rabbi Masechet Brachot and Rabbi Elazar and Masechet Sanhedrin. Kol mi she'en bo de'ah, asur le'achem alav. Whoever doesn't have knowledge, whoever doesn't have consciousness, it's forbidden to have mercy on him. And that's based, this fits exactly what we're saying. That when a person has merciness on others, Hashem will have rahamim on us. But a person who doesn't have da'at, and therefore he's not merciful on others, he's rather cruel. So then Hashem says, in my Torah it says, it's forbidden to have mercy on you. You don't have the right da'at. And we know, how do you mitaken da'at? Mitaken da'at, the big tikkun for da'at, for consciousness, is Havdalah. Because the Gemara Masechet Brachot says, then in the Mircha Havdalah, nitkena honena da'at. He says, he's playing on the words of the Gemara right now. The Gemara says that the rabbis established and said that the bracha of honena da'at is where you say Ata honantanu. Is that where you say Havdalah in the prayer, right? In the blessing about Hashem giving us da'at. But he's saying that deep embedded in that is in the Havdalah, you also mitaken the da'at, he says. The Havdalah helps you. This is that a person wants to fix his consciousness, you do it through the mixing of the hasadim and the judgments, the mercy, the kindnesses and the judgments, and you get the proper mixing of it, and that way you'll be able to get the proper da'at. Because what is da'at? Da'at is not just knowledge. Knowledge is chokhmah. Da'at is implementing your wisdom. You understand? Chokhmah is wisdom. I know a lot of things. But some people who know a lot of things, they don't know how to handle their wisdom and implement it in their life, right? So now, da'at is when you actually live by what you know and you implement what you learned. So that's, you have the kindnesses, so to speak, which is your wisdom. You have the gvurot, which is the things happening to you, the things that are trying to overtake you, the things that are trying to put you down, limit you. And you know how to deal with between the two, your knowledge and between the boundaries that are set for you. You know how to deal with the both of them, and that mixture where you're able to handle, be successful. That's a good da'at. That's a good wisdom. So therefore, he's a good knowledge and consciousness and awareness. So therefore, he says that the charat da'at mishutefet b'shnehem. You have to go and be able to see both and be able to handle it. A person who's a Baal Teshuvah, he also usually gets very good da'at. Why? Because he was already in the gvurot, he fell in the sins, and now he's trying to connect very much to the Torah, to the what's called, to the Hasadim, and then he goes back into the world. He knows how to handle it. He knows how to hold back from the dinim, hold back from the sins. A person who was a tzaddik and never saw sins in his life, so he goes out of his bubble, and it could be he'll fall. Right? Obviously, it's not on purpose. You shouldn't be about teshuvah on purpose. You shouldn't say I'll sin, I'll do teshuvah later. But a person who is about teshuvah, a lot of times they get a very high da'at because they're able to be in there and not fall into the dinim. He knows how to juggle both and be able to keep himself at bay and have a good da'at. However, when you don't have da'at, what happens? We don't have higher consciousness. What happens to you? then you fall into the galut, to the exile. Why? To the point where if you don't have that, you don't even realize you're in galut. You don't even realize you're in exile. You say, what do you mean life is good, everything is good? Why would we want to leave to Israel? What do you mean we have major problems, Erev Rav, we got to go and bring the redemption? Life is good, I'm happy where I am. If the Nabi comes right now and tells me to go to Israel, I'm not going with him. What do I need to go with him for? I have everything here. That's a person who's completely lost his da'at. He doesn't have any higher consciousness, doesn't realize what the world is really about. And therefore, a person has to be very, very careful that he doesn't get to such a point. As Rabbi Nachman says, that point is called astara shebetocha astara. And he says there's the concealment within the concealment, which means it's not that people are concealed from Hashem, that Hashem is concealed from us. It's we don't even realize that Hashem is hidden from us. That's such a very deep depth of galut, and you have to be careful not to fall into that. He says, a person doesn't want to be helped. How can you help him? A guy says, I don't need to be helped. You don't need to make me chozer b'teshuvah. I'm good where I am. I'm happy. So thank you very much. So how are you going to make him do teshuvah? How are you going to help him? How are you going to pull him out? So therefore, a person has to make sure to first fix his da'at. First, you have to teach him how to think and to realize what's a problem, how to realize how he's not in the right place. And then, after that, once he fixes his da'at, then you can start giving him the chasadim. You can start giving the Torah. But a lot of times, we have to fix our da'at, and that starts with us being merciful to each other. And that's why in there said to Teshuvah, we have to work on Ben Adam leChavero, between one to a man to his friend, in order to be able to redeem ourselves, take ourselves out of galut, from out the concealment within the concealment, and then Hashem will have mercy on us.